Sometimes in the developments of our practice, we got to take it every instances as a test because our defilement will react on situations, and most of the people are caught unaware, are caught unguarded by mindfulness because the mindfulness is not intact, because the mind doesn't have the base of reference. And this is very, very dangerous. And we can be easily triggered by the contact of the eye, by the contact of the ears, by the contact of the nose, the smell, by the contact of the tongue, the taste, by the contact of the bodily feeling. And these 5 things, when it gets struck, you see how this mind will react. It starts to counter all kinds of thoughts and thinkings, and it starts to involve and thus get into a state of what we call it emotionally shaken. And that shouldn't be the case, because a practitioner must always be mindful. Anything that arises, he acknowledge, but he's not going to react. He knew. It's going to take a lot of practice to arrest this kind of symptom, because the mind has been so get used to reacting. It's very reactional. And every time we react, we get agitated. Every time we react, we get agitated. And we thought that it's normal. Actually, it's not normal. Until we come and meditate, then we find, our mind can't settle down. It keeps spinning, thinking, reasoning, analyzing, but it's on the external matter, not inside. How am I going to calm it down? What is the problem with this mind? Why this mind so easily agitated? So when we look into here, back into your present moment, then you see, then we can put a stop. When we put a stop, doesn't mean a stop to the problem externally. External problem, no one can solve. External problem, it can only for a while only. This world is full of samsara, full of suffering. That's why the Buddha say, the Buddha never tell us to change the world. The Buddha change ourselves. Look inside ourselves. Correct ourselves. One hand cannot clap. Why we say one hand cannot clap? Because a lot of things involved externally, but you cannot clap. You can't control the whole world. This world is like that. It's like that. But a mind that is not trained or hasn't been trained, but you train but hasn't reached the level of maturity, is normally grabbing, attachment, craving for more things to happen. You can see for yourself when we are alone. Can we just stay still and not doing anything, not think of anything, just think of putto, or just look at our body? We can't. The more, we get so hyper reactive, proactive. And when we can see that, we say, we have this problem, right? We have this problem. And when we have this kind of problem, we must know how to diffuse our own problems. We got to diffuse ourselves. We don't diffuse other people, try to blow our frustration on other people. And that will only screws up more anger in ourselves, more hatred, more delusional thought will arise. Because the defilement is always like that. It try to find way excuse. But if you look inside into ourselves, this kind of proactive, reactional mental state is within ourselves. You see? That's why if we were to just focus on our own body and not on other people, just on your own body, just keep focusing on body until your mind comes to a complete stop. Then you see the contrast of a calm mind and the contrast of a reactional, active mind that's out of control all the time. Then you see, it's so valuable when the Buddha talked about mindfulness of the body. Then we will be very, very gratitude to the Buddha's teaching, because this is what we are for. We want to train the mind. We want to train our own mind. We want to control ourselves. We want to control our emotion. We want to control our kind of thoughts that is so habitual, springing so fast, reacting. And with lack of mindfulness to look at it. But the defilement will say, we are mindful. We are not mindful. We are not mindful. We are not fast enough. So we got to be back very, very be careful when dealing with ourselves individually, because why? Our own defilement, we can't control. We spill the defilement, blow in other people, it make other people sad, make other people demoralized, make people don't feel happy, and it's a form of karma. This is karma. When we talk about karma, this is really karma. Because our dissatisfaction within ourselves, we cannot subdue. That's why we cannot find the real happiness. And we can only find this kind of skin happiness, skin happiness is an outside thing. And this is it's not going to stay with us long. It's just a while and forget it. Nothing. Nothing beats the peaceful state of mind that will stay with you forever. When your mind have reached a state of maturity in peace, then you got no problem. You can go anywhere, no problem. Right? You can stay the most nasty people, no problem. You can stay the most dangerous people, no problem. Because why? Because we know how to stay with these people. Because we have calmness in ourselves. We have the kind of cultivation in ourselves. And it's good to expose to this type of thing. Because why? Then you can know that our practice is up to date. If we are going to stay in a place that everything is protected, it's just as kindergarten, never grown up, then you never grown up. And we are put into a lean and mean situation, in what happens? Everything blows up. So you can see the maturity of the mind, the understanding of one's own mind, not to understand other people, yourself is very, very important. When you understand yourself, other people is the same. Everybody got great hatred delusion like us. Same. Our shit is stink. Their shit also stink. No, say our shit is stink. Their shit is better. No, same. What we have, they also have. We have great hatred delusion. Other people also have. If each and individual would do their own responsibility, looking after themselves on these three aspects, then you can stay another 1,000, 2,000 people, no problem. But if just one person can't control he or she defilement, just one person enough, it make life difficult, miserable for everyone. So be careful next time. Be careful, because no one is perfect. Everybody commit mistake. That's why we are here for the practice, and that's why we are here to encourage and reinforce, to give encouragement that we know there's a problem, we address the problem, we try to be good. We cannot be good now, but we try. We keep trying by not committing the same mistake, and that should be the way. This is how a person can improve, and that would be the sharing for today. A lot of people, they are looking for changes on the external part in their life. Like what we have seen in the past until the present, it has never been changed. Human beings are always looking for better life, better thing in their life to happen to them. And at first, when we come to a foreign land, we're always full of hopes that, everything will be better, weather will be better, food will be better, housing will be better, social welfare scheme will be better, everything will be better. And we thought that everything is better because the system is good. But after we have arrived and stay for a while, then we find out that like that. Like the same. Why? Why the same? Because the same body we are bringing along. The same body, the same kind of mindset we bring along to everywhere we go, different parts of the world, different kind of society, different scope of jobs, different kind of responsibility we're being assigned to. And we find ourselves landing in the same spot, the same kind of problem we are facing, even though we always hope for something better will be happening. And we try so hard to adopt system of the world. Wow, this system is better, that system is better. At the end, we don't find the real happiness. We keep changing system, keep changing with new ideas, new concept, new painting, new making up of story, to cover the old story that we thought is dull. But you were to look at the fundamental, the real basic thing in life. It's the same. At the end of the day, it's the same kind of food we take, the same kind of feces that's excreted out from the body, the same kind of bed. The difference is only a bit of difference is it's colder, it feels nicer, but your mind doesn't feel nice at all. And what is this thing happening? Because we are chasing things, we are correcting the wrong aspect in life. So we only, when the Buddha said, we have this, be contented with what we have, the four requisites. Be contented with what you are and look for something better. And that is your own mind. We look for something better, change for something better. Because a lot of people try to change the world, try to change the behavior of other people. And in the end, we are wasting so much time, tiring, get frustrated because people doesn't change. That's the problem. And we try to force certain kind of idea into other people, and it doesn't work. Because we must understand individual got their individual karma, their individual brought up in their social experience in their past. This is something we must accept in life. That's why in Buddha's teaching, the Buddha never said go and change other people. Never. The Buddha only said change yourself, improve yourself, train yourself, eradicate the great hatred and delusion in oneself. And the Buddha never tells us to change other people. Never. Never in one of teaching the Buddha mentioned. Never. But the Buddha said, okay, you just disseminate, share your experience, share. When someone come and ask you, that's why. Every time before the Dhamma talk, someone will invite the Dhamma. You see, invite the Dhamma to be expounded. You see the difference here? It's different. But nowadays we see it's totally different approach. You see, we want to change people. This is wrong. We don't change people. We change ourselves. We set ourselves when you can achieve the real happiness, when you can behave yourself in the kind of things you behave in yourself. Then this good behavior will be a good influence externally in the way of the Dhamma. For example, be generous, share kindness, all this good value. This is something that we change. Last time we we're not like that. We are not kind enough. We are very harsh. We are very crude. We are very unkind. But as we practice along, we find your heart becomes softer and softer. Softer not because you will be bullied. Softer because you have addressed the harshness in our mind, our attachment to the pride, to the views of how things should be done. We get softer because we know it's no point. We will only say that, we will only help those people who need to be helped, can be helped. If those people we can't help, leave them alone. Because it's just like certain animals, you want to give them good food. But when they see shit, they will take shit first. Like human beings, those people who are indulgent in drinking or attachment to sensual pleasure, and a person who delighted in Dhamma, you put a bottle of whiskey and the Dhamma book. The guy who likes drinking will take the whiskey, and the guy who likes Dhamma will take the book. And you think the one who read the Dhamma book will tell the whiskey guy to say that, hey, you must take the Dhamma book. The whiskey guy, you crazy? How nice to be drunk? So same thing. When a person don't appreciate or he doesn't see the fault in oneself, it's useless. We don't waste our time. Remember, we don't waste our time. Because in the end, we will only tired out. We will be drained, mentally drained, get yourself worked up with this kind of unnecessary things. And the righteousness in oneself is your own practice. That is the most important thing. And the other thing, we just leave it. Because this is the world. That's why the world of suffering, when we talk about the world, this is the world. Yeah, this is the world. What to do, right? To each his own karma. Yeah? At the right time, right place, right timing, right occasion. Not everybody will like this type of thing, no. So we must, when once we practice along the way, we will start to realize that, oh yeah, we don't force things to happen. We let things happen gradually. Just like when we practicing Dhamma, the same thing last time. Coming to a temple is a very difficult task. All kinds of excuse. But once we can feel the calmness, the happiness arise from chanting, from sitting meditation, from being secluded, staying alone. You find that, the goodness of staying alone, the goodness of being alone, be able to think for yourself, nothing to bother you. Then you can see the contrast. Oh, yeah, you can understand slowly, the mind will absorb into the calmness, into the taste of Dhamma. And this is the same thing like you put salt into a certain food. The more saltish it is, right, you can preserve the food longer. The same thing, like our heart. Every time we get in touch, every time we close to something that's beneficial, we will benefit. The heart will open up, you get more and more happier. And this is why the Buddha always encourages us to associate with the wise and stay away from the fools, because the fools will only bring you suffering in life, unlike the wise one will only bring you things that improve your lifestyle, both mentally and physically. Okay, that'll be the sharing for today. You see, this world of suppositions, due to the easy access of dissemination of news and knowledge, and we can find human mind is getting more and more detrimental, getting more and more to become immoral, inconsiderate. It's not that modernization is no good. It's that we have done so little for morality on individual personal aspect of our own trainings. Because you look at the whole world, this whole world is full of greed, full of hatred, full of delusions. And with each and individual's mind, each and individual person that possesses 5 khandhas, each and individual that got greed, hatred, delusion, their eyes that see one more thing, one beautiful thing, and disregard thing that's otherwise. Same like the sounds, the visions, the taste, the feelings, and all this has been engineered by greed, hatred, delusions. You see, just one personal individual mind already we got so much things to deal with, and plus add on with so many people living together. If we don't know how to exercise self-control, then it's going to be out of hand. So if we exercise self-control, that means we live in line with the Buddha's teaching, in line with the precepts, the 5 precepts, the 8 precepts, the 10 precepts, and the Bhikkhu precept, 227 precept. And the precept of what we call it, shamefulness, is beyond all these precepts. Something we call lokavacha, the world will criticize. The worldly people will criticize. This is even more. So we got to be very, very be careful, each and individuals of us, because we are responsible for ourselves. We can't change the whole world. You see, this external world that we are staying in is full of suffering, full of these deluded people living around, people with wrong views surrounding us. And how to make good? We must live safely, wisely. And lucky enough, we have this Buddha's teaching to guide us. If not, we'll be one of them in this samsara world, in this world of sufferings, like external people running after things that cause us no substance at all. Why? Because at the end of the day, each one will be departed from each other. And what is left behind is only what? The memory, the sweet memory or the bitter memories. And each individual will carry with you. And those good deeds or bad deeds we have accumulated or done, that will be stored in the memory, in the database. And the mind state will know. Who knows? The mind will know. And so now the decision is, where are we heading? What are we going from here? We want to practice in life with the Buddha's teaching. How can we go about it? How can we improve ourselves? And have we already done it, achieved it? We should throw this kind of question to ourselves very oftenly. Then we can develop a sense of urgency in the practice. If you are doing things just in life, just for the sake of doing, like, I do other people do, monkey see, monkey do. You never put an effort to how to push yourself. That's why sometimes when you're reading the sutta, look at all these arahant in the past, how they put in their effort. You look at Jakopala, He meditated until his eye go burst. You see all these arahant, they walk meditation, walk until their legs split. You see all these great teachers, they sit and meditate until their backside go bust. But they never regret at the end of the day. When they leave this world, they never regret. They go with the attainments of the relinquishments of defilement inside their mind. This is something we're looking above for. We're looking for. We cannot be like them, but we will practice to be like them. We try, we keep trying. So even though we may come back in the next lifetime, but the kind of tendency, the kind of good habit we have instilled in our character, in our mind, right, will be always there. And this is very important, the attitudes in the practice. That's why we talk about I am the owner of my own actions, heir to my actions, born of my action, related through my action, and live dependent through my action. So for good or for bad, there will be the heir of our actions. And this is so fair. This is very fair. We got no one to blame, because when we are alive, we are the choice maker. We make our decision ourselves. When we are still mentally sound, we are still mindful, we know we can make the decision. So don't let our breath wasted away minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. Be diligent in the practice. Be mindful, right? When we talk about the practice, it doesn't confine to only walking or sitting meditation, or you must sit in a group or no, right? Even you are in a room yourself alone, you can do chanting, you can sit and meditate, you observe your mind, you can do walking meditations, and it's all up to individual in how you want your life to be. The choice is yours. Upon. You see, we have this conventional law of each and every country. Why we have law? We have law because we want to keep things in order, to protect the good people. People who don't know how to behave themselves, you have to have strict laws to keep these bad people in line. But for us, Buddhists, we are very lucky. We have the 5 precepts: no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no telling lie, and no alcohol, to make one's mind to be careless. If you were to contemplate and think about it, these 5 basic restraints is even better than the conventional law. It's more stricter, because it really protect you from falling to all these unwholesome actions or speech which a person may commit. So you see, the Buddha is so wise that he formulated these 5 precepts. If you look at the 5 precepts, no killing. And in conventional law, if you intentional killing, if you caught there's a loophole, you can run away because it's law. But you have this conscious to hold on to the 5 precepts, you don't kill. So you don't fall under any kinds of accusation. You don't tell lies. So you don't have to worry be sued, right? You don't conduct sexual misconduct. So you don't worry that people will ask for anything, dishonesty or sort of things, and telling lies. If you were to contemplate into the 5 precepts, you see it's more stricter than the conventional law. Conventional law, sometimes we can find loopholes and get away from the law. But deep inside our mind, we know it is a intentional commitments of certain wrongdoing. And this is the world. That's why this world is crazy about this right and that right and conventional law. But we have this, what we call it, the truth, the noble truth of what the Buddha taught us. We just hold firmly. So regardless of whatever country you stay, you have these 5 rules, 5 precepts in oneself. You don't have to worry, even if you don't know the language, because your behavior, your actions speak louder than word. You are a well-behaved people. You don't get drunk, you don't quarrel, you don't cheat, you don't steal, you don't cause social unrest. So you're a good person. In this world, regardless of where we stay, any community, they will always welcome good people, good-hearted people, good, well-behaved people, they welcome. And just like our family member, if you have one son or one daughter that misbehave or not honest, or make the parents headache, it's like a criminal staying with us at home. Don't you feel that? It's like a criminal. It's just it's not by the law. No law can penalize, but because of the behavior, amounting to be like a criminal, we are staying with criminal. But what to do? Is your son, is your daughter, is your relative, is your some members of the family, and you got to make good to stay with them. Because of what? Because of relationship, because of compassion, because you brought this person to the earth. So you got to make up and take the shit. And is it true? It's true. But if you want to compare the good value of a person, we don't talk about whether he's a friend or he's a relative, or just close your eyes and say, okay, these are the person, these are the living beings around you. You got nobody, and these are the what kind of quality you look at these people. Of course, it's good value. We feel nice. In the Thai word, we get gam. Gam means what? Gam in hold, gam. You hold your hand, clench your fist, you say gam, gammer, gam. They always say gam. Everything gam. Of course, it's gam. You clench. By something good, you clench good thing. Something don't good, you don't clench. Let go. Bear means open up your palms. Let the thing go. Let it free. Bare your hand. Bare. That means open up your palms. Gam means hold on to. In other words, gam is what? Gam, hold on. Hold on to what? Good actions. The 5 precepts. Hold on to what? Goodness. Because if you hold on goodness, you already brings you what? Peace and happiness in this lifetime and many lifetimes to come. But if you hold on to what we call detrimental actions, wrong speech, wrong view, wrong actions, you go and hold on to this kind of views, then you're going to land yourself into a lot of trouble, which will follow, whether you like it or not, because of the wrong view. So we must be careful sometimes when we live in this kind of conventional world. We can have the law. The law, you must know that the law is to protect good people. The law is not to be abused. If you have this good quality in you, you don't worry. Any part of I dare to say, any part of the world you go, you'll be welcome because you're kind, you're forgiving, you're very generous, you like to help people. And who don't like this type of people? Everybody will like, even the animals also like you. Don't talk about human beings. Even animals, when they see this kind of people, they also wag the tears. They don't want a human being to be so harsh, always scold, say backbiting. Nobody would like. So remember, in this conventional world we are staying in, we can have law, yes, but the law of what? Conventions. But if the law of the truth, the law satya, the truth in whatever thing we do, and we must believe in karma. This is very important. So whatever thing happen, we say that it's okay. We're going to accept it and move on. But we're going to hold on to only goodness. And then you will meet up with peace and happiness in this lifetime and many lifetimes to come. Okay? Now, that'll be the share. Yatha varivaha pura paripurenti sakarang eva beva nito tina petana upakapatit ichita badita dumha kipameva samichatu sape purentu sankapa Chanto panaraso yatha manicho diraso yatha Tiya vivanchandu samaro govina sadumade bhava vandarayo sukhi digayo go bhava viva Tanasile sanichang buddha Vajayino chakaro dhamma Tanti ayuvanno sukhang Alaya samipade kapete vasa parita jatiyo Sila vadeta mochetawa sanyate brahmacharino Yadata devata sunta sadakina madese Tapuchita pujayanti marita manayatina Tatonang anukampanti mata putava orasang Devata nukampito koso satabarani pasati Bhavatu sa pamanggalang rakadu sa badevata Sabba buddha nubhavena sada soti bhavantu te Bhavatu sa pamanggalang rakadu sa badevata Sabba dhamma nubhavena sada soti bhavantu te Bhavatu sa pamanggalang rakadu sa badevata
สัพพสังฆานุภาเวนะสดาโสติภาวัน